Hello, I'm Sandy Hollinger, Denver Shellsworth's mom. He's now 17, diagnosed when he was age 15. He's always been a sports-related child, and he loves playing and being in the outdoors. He started experiencing back pain in September of 2013. I took him to a couple of different doctors, and we thought since he was such a ball player and playing golf and playing around all the time that he was just experiencing growth pains and stuff. And so, the Saturday night after Christmas, of December 2014, I came home from my mom's house, and he was in bed with back pain and was crying, and he said, "Mom, I'm hurting so bad, I think I need to go to the ER." So we got dressed and went to the ER in Bay Minette in Alabama. And so when we got there, the doctor was thinking that it may have been kidney stones, but to later find out that he had a tumor resting on his spine. We were sent by ambulance from there to Women and Children in Mobile, and they ran tests on him for about 3 or 4 days, and we found out that Denver had neuroblastoma stage 4 cancer. We were very devastated. Emotions running wild. I didn't know what to think as a mom, and I didn't know what I would do at that point. Denver has always been very strong, and we had many family and friends that came by the hospital, and he said, "Mom, I'm going to get through this. I'm a fighter, and you know that I will." So we had a family friend that wanted this gentleman to come by and visit with us, and he has been he's a St. Jude survivor, and he was a childhood cancer patient at St. Jude, and he wanted to come by and share his story with us. So he did. And there was a room full of people that day, and there was no dry in the place. And he shared with us his story. So Denver, that night when he and I were alone, Denver made the decision. He said, "Mom, I want to go to St. Jude." I later that night got on my laptop and just pulled up St. Jude, and there's a question box, and so I said, "My child has just been diagnosed, and we want to get to St. Jude." Early the next morning, there was a staff person from St. Jude Hospital called me, and he said, "Miss Hollinger," he said, I've just read your what you posted on our webpage, and he said, "We want to help. We want Denver to come to St. Jude." And he said, "Can I talk to your doctor, and is this the decision you want to make?" And I said, "Certainly, this is what we want to do." And so he called our doctor. I gave him the information. He called our doctor, and within 3 days, we're at St. Jude. We started our journey at St. Jude. We arrived there, and in the middle of the night to the hospital, and from there, Denver's care started at St. Jude. He had many tests run. Where the tumor was resting on his spine, causing all the back pain. We were told earlier in Mobile that he would have to do chemotherapy before getting that removed, and he went from doing everything himself to being in a wheelchair, not able to do anything for him. So his dad and I had to bathe him, help him in and out of bed, and it was just very hard to see him go down so quickly. After he started his care at St. Jude, the surgeon, we met with him, and he said, "Look, I can get Denver out of this pain." And he said, let me go ahead and do back surgery on him to remove this." And so Denver, within a few days, Denver had surgery to remove the tumor off of his spine, and he was feeling much better in a matter of a few days. He since then has went through so much. We've went through several rounds of chemotherapy, radiation, a stem cell rescue for his bone marrow. And the team there has just been amazing. I can't say enough about our team at St. Jude. The doctors have been so encouraging for us. The nurses, he's been in and out of the hospital several times, and the nurses would actually come in and say, "We're fighting over you as our patient, and we want to have you as our patient for the day or for the next week," and just kind of lift Denver's spirits, because he's, that made him feel so loved. And Denver's not been placed in remission, but we have strong faith in God, and we know that we're going to get through this. We know our team of doctors, and God is who we can trust and depend on. And I'm very thankful that we have chosen to be a patient since we were diagnosed at St. Jude. It's a blessing, and I thank God that our main doctor, Dr. Furman, has been there for us. And we go back soon for scans, but I think it's assuring that God knows the plans for us, and the little kids that are at St. Jude, that there will be a cure one day for childhood cancer. Thank you.
Don't give up. It's just the weight of the world. When your heart's heavy, I will lift it for you. Don't give up, because you want to be heard. If silence keeps you, I will break it for you. Everybody wants to be understood. Well, I can hear you. Everybody wants to be loved. Don't give up, because you are loved. Don't give up. It's just the hurt that you hide when you're lost.